What's up, y'all? What's going on? How y'all doing? It's your girl Candy. Happy Sunday Fun Day, and welcome to Vibe Check Sundays, where we check in at the start of our week, y'all. It's Sunday. We are here for another week. So listen, last week I took a little break. Your girl needed a little mental health reset, some physical health reset. Like, I just needed a moment for me as I was preparing for Miss I Candy movie night. The holiday weekend, having the kids, summer. I just needed a week for myself, right? So I didn't do any lives last week. I just wanted to focus on movie night, which was supposed to be this past Friday, but we got thunderstorm here in Cincinnati, so we had to postpone movie night. Now, we were supposed to watch House Party, and it was going to be a themed event. It was going to be 90s themed, and we were so excited for it. Like, the vibe setters and the movie crew, we were all super excited. People was getting outfits. My caterers was ready to be creative with the food and the things for my vision to come to life, but I was watching the weather, and you know how Ohio can be. One minute they say one thing, the next minute they say something else. So I was a little nervous in the first place about it. But I wanted to look out for everybody else's. What's up, Shalor? I wanted to look. What's up, Patty Cakes? I wanted to look out for everyone's safeties, and I wanted to look out for everyone actually being able to experience my vision. So I had to make the call, which I did. I'm happy I did, because we ended up getting a thunderstorm anyway. But I was like, it's too unpredictable. I don't even want to do that to y'all. I didn't want to waste funds on food and stuff, like fresh food, and we, couldn't like salvage or nothing like that. So we just pushed it back. So, update. New movie night date is August 1st. We will be watching House Party. We will be having our 90s theme movie night, and the rest of the movie nights to follow. All the dates are still fine, except now we're doing House Party August 1st. It's a Saturday now, and I have reopened the link. So, if you missed the deadline to get your tickets, there'll be a whole nother week of the tickets being out there to get anybody that couldn't do the date because the date interfered with something they had going on, or life was life and they was waiting for pay week, whatever the case may be. Now you have a chance to get your ticket. I think we got like 6 spots left too, so it ain't for everybody. Like it ain't like gonna be open forever. If we get those spots, then we get those spots, and that's great. But we're excited to be able to actually still do it. You know what I mean? Like, I was nervous. I didn't want people to miss this and us have to like go a whole nother route. So I'm really excited that we get to do it. It's gonna be August 1st, so now we have more time to make sure everything is gonna be great. But I was really excited about this one because it's really gonna be like a kickback. We gonna be kicking it, like having a good time. If you went to the Wiz and that was your first Miss I Candy movie night experience, I don't want you to get caught up in the one experience, because they're all different. And I have to keep saying that because every time we get new people, they get something different and they come back expecting the same thing. Like when we did last year, when we did Love Jones, we had an open mic night. We had a bass player and a saxophone player. Y'all know I love a good saxophone, right? But we had live music and we had people come up and give poems. I actually wrote a poem, y'all, and got up there and got to do my open mic Love Jones Darius Love Hall moment. As the movie girl, like, I remember watching Lil Jones and being like, ooh, I wish I could do that. So me getting up there and doing that was my moment to do that. So it was super exciting to actually be able to do that. But a couple of people's first experience with Miss I Candy movie night was Love Jones. So the following month we did House Party, and it was interesting because one person was like, I'm working on my poem, so I'm gonna be ready this time. And I was like, what you want a poem for? And she was like, for the movie night. And I'm like, this ain't Love Jones. We're not doing open mic for this one. So when you come, don't think it's gonna be the same every time. It's not. The Wiz is different than House Party. What's up, Miss Mason? Miss Mason's in the building. I was a couple of minutes late. I saw Babs had text me like, I'm here. Where you at, Babs? Where is my Babs? Babs is like, I'm here. I was late. So let me let Babs know that I am here. My bad, Babs. My bad. But yeah, so it's going to be different. We had to postpone it. What's up, Bree? We had to postpone it 2 weeks. Now, I'm hoping Mother Nature is my friend. Come on, Mother Nature. I need you to be my friend. I want to have a good time. I want to actually be able to have this 90s event. I'm really sad that I think so far it's a couple of people that are not able to go to the new date, but a lot of people were saying yes, that date's fine. They see me August 1st, so I'm really happy about those people. I'm sad that a couple of them can't go. But yeah, Mother Nature, y'all. When you have an outdoor event, you gotta like always prepare. And I've known this could happen for a while. I think that's why the first year after I did 3, I was looking for venues. And I'm not looking for venues now. I think last year we were looking for venues. We were talking with people, and we actually like had a couple of meetings and was thinking about doing a couple of collaborations, but it didn't fit what we're trying to do as far as building community. Just where we are in life and in the world, everybody's about making a dollar. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to figure out how they can come up, how they can get some money. And I understand it because we have to survive. We got bills. Like inflation is kicking our butts. Our bills is going up. So you're trying to always figure out how to make a dollar. But you got to like read the room. If this is community based and we know the community is struggling, asking for top tier prices is not going to bring the community people that we're trying to bring in. I do understand it. And I do understand that people can afford what they want to afford, because in one instance, people will struggle to pay $25 to support a friend's book or friends' plates, buy meals or whatever. They always like, well, can I get a deal? Can I get a discount? But they pay for that Chris Brown ticket or them bundles in their hair. So, I do get that. But I still feel like sometimes people don't read the room. Everybody's struggling right now. Everybody's struggling. Life is lifing for so many people, and people can only see themselves and where they are in life. They don't really see other people. So we're trying to keep this event about the community and not let it go commercial. And because I've seen plenty of people do dinner to movie events in different cities, and it's like $100 to start. And I understand why. Like, it's work that goes into these things, and if you have a bigger budget, it could be even grander. So I totally understand why someone would pay that amount. I would for the experience, but I also understand how sometimes people get to miss experiences like this because they can't afford it. Not everyone can't afford it. Some people, they afford what they want to afford. That is very true. Again, we see you at Chris Brown and Usher. We see you getting that Chris Brown meet and greet. Clearly you can afford what you want to afford, but there are some people who truly can't afford it, who are truly, just this, at it to make ends meet, working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to pay these bills, trying to catch up, trying to take care of families, trying to live and survive, and they really can't afford, big experiences. Cities have a whole bunch of free events anyway, so people, they tend to be in that. But I know that some people enjoy this. They really enjoy dinner and a movie, and they enjoy what we give them. And every month in the summer, they get in a spot. They get in a spot and they come in and they're building community. They're like, hey, and I'm getting to know more people. It was like a couple of people that the Wiz was their first ones. They instantly got their tickets to house party instantly. And then when I said like dates been changed, they was like, I see you August 1st. Like, so we are building community, and I'm really, really proud of the movie crew. So shout out to them. But yeah, I was salty that it rained and we had to postpone, but life be lifing, right? I can't control the weather. So thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for not going hard and being a lot, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be bombarded with people going off. And honestly, y'all have been gave me so much grace and was just so nice and gentle with me, and I appreciate that. I do, because I was like holding off, y'all, like I did not want to disappoint. So we just couldn't control the weather. So August 1st, we will be watching House Party, and I'm really excited because we already got this plan. But August 21st, so that's the thing. August, we got 2 events coming up. Right. Thank you, Miss Mason. Right. Tell them thank you for being kind, because, girl, I'm sensitive. And if they wouldn't have been kind to me, I'm a Leo. So I would have played hardcore, not a quit. Like, I ain't doing this for nobody no more. Like, it would have been, oh, like, but they were extremely kind to me. And, Penny had texted me, like, I see you, friend. You put so much work into this. I see your vision. I love you. And it was nice that people were saying that. One person was like, thank you for thinking about our safety. Like, I wasn't expecting that response. I was expecting, okay, I still want to go, or I want a refund, I can't go. I was expecting just, like black and white, straightforward. But people, the people I've heard from anyway have been so kind. So I really appreciate that. I do want to say that because I didn't expect it. My anxiety was really like high because I wasn't expecting it. And it just was a pleasant surprise to see people, my community, my movie crew being so kind. And it just lets me know we're building something great. And I really appreciate it. And the right people are a part of the movie crew. And I'm excited. So it's still going down. It's still going down. August 1st, we are going to be doing Miss Candy Movie Night, watching House Party 90s theme. So right now you're going to hear 90s music behind me. I'm going to be talking about stuff from the 90s, running my mouth like I always do, because I'm in the space of the 90s still, right? I'm still in that space. Okay, so if y'all coming in, what's up? I see you. How you doing? I see Joseph in the building. I see Chris is in the building. I see y'all. I do see y'all. I know y'all just be, as the Baps like to say, in the bushes. So I'll be seeing y'all names enough to shout y'all out. But like Baps say, I see you in the bushes. You can say something if you want to. Mary Smith's in the bushes. I see y'all. Okay, so again, last week I took a break. I did not do a Vibe Check Sunday last week, and I did not do a Movie Crew Tuesday. Again, prepping for a movie night was a lot, and it was Black Tech Week. So I had a lot going on, and I just did not have a lot of time to focus on the shows and stuff, because when I wasn't at Black Tech and I'm trying to pack for a movie crew, for the movie night, and I just didn't have time to do the shows. And I just was like, you know what? Let me not try to overextend myself. Let me just take a moment. That was the first break that I had since I started doing lives in January. So I was like, I deserve a break, I deserve a break. That was my 1 week vacation, okay, and not doing no lives. So I'm back. What's up, Micah? I'm back. I'm here. It's Sunday. We resetting. So listen, this week in Cincinnati, okay, I don't know what cities y'all in, what states, what country, but I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. And this week is our Cincy Music Festival week. I grew up with this event being called the Jazz Festival, right? And I don't know who threw it back then. I know it's been called a few things: Macy's Music Fest, Procter and Gamble's Fest. Like, it's been a lot of different stuff, to where a lot of us just still call it the Jazz Fest, okay? And what's up, Penny Panay is in the building. But it's the Music Fest, and it's presented by Procter and Gamble, and it's every 4th weekend in July. We have this 3-day actually event where they are focusing on music entertainment. This big outdoor concert that they're bringing other artists and stuff like that. It's mainly like old school mainstream artists. So it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday is like the hip hop night, where they have, like, a lot of times they keep getting Dougie Fresh, which is great, but they have old school hip hop, around the Dougie Fresh era, okay? For sure. So, let's see. Friday, I'm not going Friday. So this is the thing with the media. They give us like media passes to come and cover our experience as media, as content creators, as whatever you do with the media. And I work with my guy Vernell as a videographer, and I'm a host, and we cover it. And I get content and stuff like that. Every year it seems to be a little different, like they switch it up, which like as a media person, we appreciate y'all letting us come and experience it, giving us the perks that we get, like we get free entry, and then they'll give us access to certain areas, and then they have like main camera footage from their people that they send us that footage to, because they don't allow us to get certain footage like that, or we can't have certain placements. I know back in the day, it used to be a lot more flexible. But throughout the years, they change who's over it, this, that, and the other, and it's different. So last year, I don't know how, but we had a really, really good experience. They treated us really good. I don't know if we was at the right place at the right time or what happened, but it was so nice how the experience that we received as media last year. This year is a little different. They made us pick a day, either Friday or Saturday, and it wasn't that bad, because truthfully the lineups has been getting worse, for our city. But I've been trying to stay dedicated to my city, okay? I feel like y'all should do what Karma said a while ago, is get some new people for, selecting the people and who is in the focus rooms when y'all having these conversations, because y'all need to get us in there. But we picked Saturday, and SWV is going to be here. That was strictly the reason why I picked Saturday. I ain't even gonna hold you, because I love SWV. They're great. Let me see who's all gonna be here. Let me try to look it up for y'all, just so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. But SWV, I might, hopefully, I know I was telling y'all a couple of weeks ago that I was reading Lily's book, and I'm almost finished with it. That she wrote, because SWV is going to be here. And just in case your girl is blessed with an interview, I want to be ready. So I have to read this book. I'm going to do some more reading tonight, hopefully, before I go to bed, and be ready for this interview. But it's her story. It said, I regret the day I lost my virginity, right? That's the name of her book. And it's by Leanne, from SWV, Lily. And she was raised in New York, in the Bronx, and it's really like the beginning of it talks a lot about her childhood and her upbringing, and it's interesting to hear her story. I am so big on people telling their stories. I'm gonna say this just as much as I remember on these lives, because I'm an author and I believe in telling stories. I tell my story, I share other people's stories, my family stories. Like I'm a storyteller. I tell stories throughout my content. I tell stories throughout the videos and the projects that I produce. I just love telling stories. And somehow I found out that I could write, and I started writing books. So I got 2 out to tell stories. But I love that Lily wrote this book, because she's telling her story. A lot of times people, they leave this earth, and then other people tell stories and memories of them in their versions of the stories. And then a person they're not here to tell their part of it. You could only hear a piece of it. And sometimes it's a nice story, but sometimes it could be messed up, because you could tell a version that's not necessarily that person's truth to make yourself look good, because you hear and they not. A lot of times people do that, especially in a dispute. When you're like talking about conflict or something, you tell a side where it makes yourself come out looking better than you might if someone else told the story. When someone leaves this earth, I feel like other people can tell your story, and it could go like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm happy that Lily told her own story. I encourage everyone to tell their stories, to write a book. If you ever thought about writing a book, you should do it. You should just do it. Why not? I feel like you never know. And honestly, don't do it going into it with a mind frame of becoming rich and a bestseller author. That's the reason I'm going to do it. I mean, hey, it could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. It could happen, but I don't think that should be the inspiration behind telling your story. I think the inspiration should be you tell your story so nobody else tell it for you. You tell your story, and that should be it. Again, I'm seeing way too many people tell other people that are no longer here story. You writing your book, you putting out your content, or whatever you deem a way for you to tell your story is you telling your story. I feel like you should tell it. So check out my girl Lily's book. It's a nice read. I'm not finished, but I am reading it. I have not even got into the Brandy book because I have been so busy, y'all, and to just sit and read, I haven't had time to do that either. So I'm probably gonna have to start getting into audibles, because at least I can pop it in my head while I'm doing stuff, and I can still, versus reading. Because for reading, you got to have time, you got to sit, you got to concentrate, you got to, and I'm always on the go right now. So yes, Miss Mason, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I'm not finished yet, but I'm going to have to be finished by Thursday. So hopefully I ain't got to take another break, but I am definitely going to try to get that done. So let's talk about the 90s for a second, y'all. Let's talk about the 90s. The 90s. Okay, so to me, the 90s was just really, really magical. And I'm still trying to understand this obsession I have with the 90s, because it didn't just start. I noticed a lot of other people were starting to have this newfound love for the 90s. Maybe they just now realizing how amazing the 90s was. But if Miss Penny and Miss Mason remembers this, back when I was doing Eye Candy After Dark 10 years ago, I was talking about the 90s. Again, we had a 90s party in 2012. Okay. And that's, over 10 years ago. And I had a whole show about bring back real music. And I had Throwback Thursdays where I did a lot of music in the 90s. Like, something about that time that just felt very, very magical to me. I really love the music. The soundtrack of the 90s is just another world of music for me. But I think the more I seriously reflect on the 90s, I realized I ain't had no bills in the 90s, y'all. I ain't had no bills. I didn't have no responsibilities, no heartbreak, no struggle. Like, I was a child. So the 90s, I probably love it so much because there's no stress like formed with the 90s in my brain versus other years, bills, relationships up and down. You getting, like, you're dealing with grief, like loss, and jobs, and just a lot. People's personalities, sexual relationships, soul ties, kids, bills, all of that comes, with adulting. So for me, the 90s was childhood. So I really did not have responsibilities. I had television, I had movies, I had music, I had books. Like, that was my life. I had my friends in school and my family. So it's already a fun, happy time for me when I think about the 90s. But then so much stuff just came out of the 90s as well that just made me so happy. Like your first CD or cassette. Because 90s was tape cassette, okay? So your Walkman, walking with your Walkman, that's back when people actually slow danced to music. Y'all remember that? Like, you would go to either, like, because I was a child in the 90s, so we're going to go from my perspective, but our school dances, right? Our school dances, the DJ would play a slow song and the guy had to work up the nerve to come ask you to dance, right? Y'all remember the Wood? Remember the Wood? Big Mike from the Wood, where her brother Stacy had told him, my sister's favorite song is that song by Luther Vandross, If This World Were Mine. If they happen to play that song, I want you to ask her for a dance. Like, nowadays, I have chaperoned multiple elementary school dances. I have not chaperoned any high school dances. I did not want to traumatize my daughter the way my mother traumatized me popping up at my school dances in high school. But even the high school dances, they don't slow dance. They do not slow dance. When I was in high school, we still slow danced. So, and then when I got into club culture, now club culture for me was not the 90s. It was the early 2000s. They were still playing slow songs. Now in 2026, when I go to I'm not going to say a club because it's probably been a while since I've been to a club. I can't even like lie to y'all. Well, Penny, the one moment that we had where we went into a club, I don't know if that was considered a club. I think so, because they didn't have no food. So maybe we should have knew off rip that wasn't gonna be the spot for us, because they ain't had no food. But this is in my separation stage, y'all. I'm not divorced yet, but I'm separated. I done moved out and my girls got me outside. All right, I'm outside. And we heard about a local spot that focused on 90s R&B, right? And they had it was going to be a 90s love songs R&B moment. And this was Penny's birthday. We was like, oh, we gonna make a whole day out of it, okay? We gonna go get something to eat first, and then we gonna go to this 90s spot, because we like that kind of music. We go up, and Penny's birthday's in December, so it's cold in Ohio. It was cold, y'all. So we go to out to eat for Penny, and we eat. It was all good. We think, all right, because when I was in the younger years, we would be leaving out at 10:30, 11 o'clock to go out, right? We was thinking we wanted to go to this place around 10 at night. I think they said it started at 9. So it was like, we gonna go at 10, right? We ain't gonna go at 9. We ain't that much of aunties, okay? But we gonna go at 10. So we went and got something to eat around 8, right? So we could already be outside, right? So we eat. We good, we leave, we head over to the other location, and right, what Penny says is we were out of place there. That's how you know it was a club, because I'm used to lounges and sports bars, because they be having food there. So we get there, we all got our coats on, because it's cold outside. And I'm telling y'all, I think it was snowing. So we got our coats and scarves on and stuff, bundled up. We walked, because downtown Cincinnati is a little hard to navigate. So we walk in, and I don't think any of us was looking at first, because we just trying to rush in because it's cold out there. So we come in. I'm thinking I'm going to check my coat or something. You know what I mean? I don't know what this place is, but I'm thinking I'm going to probably just check my coat. So we walk in. Like Miss Penny just said, there was no 90s music playing. I think I heard ski week when we walked in. What's going on here? And we all got these big coats on. Everybody in there got dresses up to their eyelashes, dudes pants hanging down. They young, they 20, 21, they young. All right, I don't think I was 40 yet. I was probably 38, 39, but still they young. And yeah, we just stood there. It felt like a movie moment. We walked in, and it felt like everyone was staring at us. It felt like the music stopped, record scratch. This is what it felt like to me. I don't know, Penny, why didn't tell you if this actually happened, because I think I kind of just zoned out for a second. I really stood there in the same spot. Now, the youngest one of our group, she was probably 34. So it dressed the oldest, because she looked like somebody's first lady. But you can't tell her she ain't fly. So she okay. She just act like it wasn't nothing. The rest of us sitting there looking around yo, we're in the Twilight Zone. What is happening? Why are we here? What is going on? And then I guess one of our friends, because I didn't even know this happened. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was stuck. there, and I just could not move. Embarrassment, people looking at us, y'all. Why are we? What is going on? This ain't 90s. I think I was just really confused, because we were told it was gonna be 90s R&B music. That's what we was told, and that is not what we walked into. Okay, so then all of a sudden, one of our friends comes in, and it was weird because I thought she was in there with us the whole time, but she comes in and she's like, "Come on, y'all, let's go. I got another place for us to go." So we just leave. We just booked out. Like, oh, okay, and I didn't understand what was going on until we got to the next spot, which was definitely more grown and sexy, more chill. It wasn't the 90s vibe we were looking for, but we couldn't get what we was looking for there. So that just wasn't going to work. But I know I felt so old. I think that was the moment I realized Auntie was creeping up on me. And I was going to have to go ahead and accept this because, yeah, I'm not going to the club with the young folks. No, that's not, I'm going to let the young people do what they do. Y'all have fun, because when I was, I was outside. So I have my time, and I want you to have your time too. So yeah, I totally agree with that. Let's see what's going on. Is my all right? About to say, where's my music at? Right, Penny. We did find a spot, but it was not what we thought, what we was planning on initially. So I think we still owe you a redo for your birthday. We gotta find a 90s R&B spot for your birthday. 'Cause we owe you down. That was not it at all. Oh man, I was hoping to be able to give you a little more 90s, but we had the storm. So yeah, but it's all good. It's great. It's gonna be okay. So let's talk about the 90s for a second. Something that I love about the 90s, and I think it's another reason that I stick to it, is that the men actually danced in the 90s. Like, the men danced. They actually get up there and party. Like, and I think it was like, the boys saw the men dancing, so it was cool for the boys to dance. Because like I told y'all, in the 90s, I was in grade school. I was in elementary school. Like, I was, like 90s. I was first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Like, I was up until I got in high school in 99. So, yeah, like, I was in school. So, I got to see boys dancing. Like, at my elementary school dances, the boys was dancing. You know how, I know when I was like watching TV shows growing up, they would show the guys be on one side and the girls be on one side. It would kind of be like that, but it'd be a couple of guys that was just cool and they would dance. They ain't care. I like the guys that ain't have to be in the pack with other people. They come out, they gonna do their thing. They gonna dance regardless, because they would be the ones that would start it off. Because girls was always dancing. Girls ain't have no issue dancing at all. You know how we congregate with our own little group of friends and start dancing. We gonna party. But it was nice to see guys dancing too. And that actually transitioned to high school, because in high school the guys danced. Like, at least where I went to high school, the guys danced. And then in college, the guys danced. So, but I seen it happen where the dance culture like stopped. If you weren't in like a dance group where y'all did battle dancing, it wasn't cool anymore for men to dance. And I don't know what happened with that, but they took slow dancing out of the clubs. They took it out the clubs. When you go to a club now, or a lounge, or a sports bar, they do not play slow dancing. They'll play like some music for you to turn up and okay, but they don't ever be like, I'm gonna play something for the lovers. Fellas, grab your woman and squeeze it tight. Back in the day, you would hear a DJ say that in the 90s. Like, I'm gonna slow this one down for all the lovers out there. I want the fellas to go on and grab a beautiful lady, invite her to the dance floor. All right, here we go. Like, they would be smooth. The DJs would even help the dudes, get them like a little entrance to go ahead and ask for that slow dance. Usually that's where the guy can mack you real good in your ear, talking to you, trying to get your number, all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, like, I do feel like it took the effort away a little bit in club culture with going out, partying and dancing, because guys don't really approach you no more like that now. I mean, I guess it stuck to like buying drinks and stuff, but then you hear people complain about that. Um, if and people complain about simping. Are you buying this from? Well, if y'all would have just kept dancing, then y'all wouldn't have to worry about simp culture, because you could just do that. You could ask her to dance, and that's free. A dance is free. But again, there's no more like, can I get this dance? People don't do that. I think the last time I experienced that from a stranger, oh my gosh, it was back when I was going to the garage in Cincinnati. And I remember it because that was when I started transitioning from club culture to lounges and sports bars. And we would go for karaoke. And I was 22, 23. And I was like, I had just moved back to Cincinnati from Florida, because I went twice. I lived in Florida twice. So this was my first time coming back, because I went and I got back in school. So I came back and I had my own apartment. Me and my dog A, shout out to my fur baby in heaven. We had our apartment, and I was the one friend that had her apartment first. So my spot was like the hangout spot for sure. But my friends that I started hanging out with, they used to karaoke a lot. That was when I met Robert Hatcher. People that know that I'm friends with Robert Hatcher, that's when I met Rob, because he had auditioned for America's Got Talent. So he was in town before he had to go to LA for the show. So I met him during this time and at the karaoke scene. So, because I like a good singer. One thing I do love is somebody that can sing down. I got to start doing reaction videos to people that can actually really truly sing, because I like people that can sing down. Okay. I go to karaoke to spot talent. I'm not a singer. So I like to hear other people that can sing or cheer people on just to have a good time, but I love to find somebody that's gonna get up there and just sing. And Robert was singing, I think during that time, his song was So High by John Legend. And I loved John Legend's Get Lifted album. Like, that album got me through some days, child. I love that album. And he was singing So High. And I turned like, listen, don't mess up my song, boy. I don't know you, but don't mess up my song. And Robert sang that song. And I was like, I'm a fan. Like you. What's your name? How you doing? My name's Julie. And a friendship was formed. So that was when I first started going to like sports bars and lounges, and because it was food there. Like, I'm a foodie, so it hooked me. But men also asked me to dance there. And it was always older gentlemen that would ask me to dance. Again, I was 22, 23, and it'd be older guys that's like 35 to like 50. I'm a think that was always in there buying drinks for people, asking people to dance. But I haven't had a man ask me to dance since then. That wasn't like my guy, and we was somewhere. But even then, like, I'm a long-term relationship girly. So from that moment in life, 22, I'm trying to think. Two serious relationships, because I got kids with those two gentlemen, and then dating. Maybe 4 or 5 people I've dated since I was 22, including relationships. And out of those situations, only one person, probably who I'm currently dating, who asked me to dance. Like, come on, let's dance. I like to dance. So why be with a girl that dances and you don't ask her to dance ever? And then you remember back in the day where you would dance with multiple people, like, because we was kids and teenagers. So unless you was in a relationship, but you would dance with this person, dance with that person. It was like that. They say you can't do that, right, when you get in a relationship. I've seen this conversation a lot since adulthood, where men and women are uncomfortable with their partner dancing with others out in a club or a party environment. Like, if you out with your friends and somebody asks you to dance or something like that, if you married or if you're in a relationship, you're not supposed to dance. That's what I see people say. I agree with that? I'm not sure. I feel like there's a respectful way that you could probably go about dancing, and there's a way that I would probably deem like a little disrespectful or reckless if you're in a relationship. Speaking of that, y'all know the Chris Brown incident that came about recently. My boy Chris Brown and Usher are on tour, and they are causing chaos, as they always do. Okay, you know Usher is Mr. Steal Your Girl, and Chris Brown is Junior. So they have been causing a ruckus. But I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but it was a clip that went viral of a young lady that got up on the stage, and Chris Brown kind of did like a little dance on her, like, you know, where it was emulating intercourse. Doggy style from the back, you know, like had her arched real good, and it was extra. People were saying she had a husband. Some people saying she didn't. If she had a boyfriend or a husband, I might say that's inappropriate dancing with somebody. But Miss Razor said that wasn't a little dance. I mean, that's what I mean. That was a little bit disrespectful. If you got a partner, if she ain't got a partner, girl, live your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you want your man to stay with you, you might not want to do that. Like, and then I see people gaslight it, like, man, if he was really secure, listen, that's not okay. That's not okay. To try to gaslight someone to be okay with you basically having sex with clothes on. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I can't, because it's Chris Brown and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I totally get it. I understand the conflict of what I'm supposed to do. That's why you have these conversations with your partner. If your partner say, hey, if Chris Brown flip you over, bend it over backwards and I'm cool with it, cool. Because again, you know what you gonna do. If it was just a dance to her, it was just a dance to her. So if her and her man have an understanding, great for them. Me personally, see, because I'm not as upset as everyone else, because I know if I do get gifted a ticket to Chris Brown and Usher, and Usher wants to hand me a cherry, I'm going to eat the cherry. If Chris Brown wants to dance on me, I'm going to sit there and let him dance on me. You know, like, so I'm not gonna I do understand once in a lifetime opportunity. I just know that you got to have boundaries and levels and limits, right? I don't know if y'all know, but back in the 90s, okay, back in the 90s, we talking about the 90s. I think this is the 90s. Janet Jackson. Yeah, I know Janet Jackson is one of the greatest entertainers of all times. And in the 90s, she was that girl for sure. She, I know that she used to perform. I can't tell you the exact date, but she has a song called Would You Mind? And she would have fans strapped to like a device that stood up, and they would be strapped in, probably so they couldn't get to her. But she would give them the lap dance of their life, be up there dancing on them and touching and singing and sweating and all over them. And if I was with my guy and Janet Jackson picked him from the audience to do that, I would totally push him up there and cheer him on, take videos and pictures, like, yes, come on, Janet, you better get him, Janet. I'll be right there cheering that on, because again, that's once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm not gonna be a hater for my man to experience that. I'm just not a hater like that, so it wouldn't bother me. But because of that, don't you block my blessings either, sir. All right, so I be looking at the way some people be going off. What I saw the young lady allow Chris Brown to do, that's a little much. That's a little much, baby. That's a little much, okay? Men are human. They are human. And you cannot think that your man is a robot and don't have no feelings or emotions. I don't want a man that's cool with seeing another man do that to me. You know, I want him to be a little more possessive than any and everybody can do me. I don't like if a man is like cool with a threesome, and he like, and I'm like, oh, let's get a guy, because you know that's our comeback when they want to play them games. But oh, we'll bring a dude. If he like, yeah, that's cool. I don't want him to be so free spirited sharing me like that. So if he ain't feel a little twinge of jealousy with the Chris Brown thing, I wouldn't think he liked me like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying she can't do it, but the way that looked, like, you know, that's just my opinion, though. Like, again, if your relationship has boundaries that's established and that's cool with what y'all do, that's what I'm talking about. But you have to have boundaries, okay? Because a lot of men egos will be bruised seeing Chris Brown bend that girl over, arch her back, and did it like they just ain't gonna like that. Like, we got to be realistic here. Just like women can be jealous too. Women can be extremely jealous. So we can't get up here and say what we can do and they need to be more men and don't be so sensitive and be more secure, but we get mad at every little girl that blink at our man. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? You gotta be fair. You gotta be fair. So for me, the 90s had dancing, and I felt like because I was so young, it wasn't wrong to dance with a whole bunch of people, right? So that stipulation wasn't on. I know in the 90s as well, when I grew up watching TV shows and movies, it would be like married women, like okay, there was an episode on Moesha where Dee went out with Andale and another lady, like it was like a girls' night out, and some man had asked Dee to dance, and she got up and she danced. Now, she was married to Frank. She had a husband, and she got up and she danced with him, and then she sat down. There was an episode on the Cosby Show where Claire Huxtable had went to Hillman for something, and that's the episode where Vanessa and her friend was lying to Dwayne and Ron, saying they was like exchange students, they spoke French or something like that, and Vanessa had saw that Claire had been invited to dinner by a former classmate, and he again, a man was flirting, and she was like, oh, stop, darling, like, no, like, but she went to dinner, and it was okay because she wasn't gonna do nothing, and her husband, you know, like, so I'm not saying it has to be so insecure, because I do feel like we're still human and we should still be able to move and have relationships and communicate with other adults, but your intentions got to be right. Like, I don't think being lustful and us seeing so much toxicity with cheating and stuff, I don't know if it's just evolved more, or if it just wasn't in our face as much because we have stuff like social media. But the way I grew up in my community that I was around, I didn't see a lot of that. Like, and again, I was a kid. Okay. So my family definitely believed in, you know, like letting children be children and not having them exposed to adult situations. But I'm thinking once I started paying more attention to adult situations, it still wasn't the cheating aspect of it. I didn't start seeing that until high school, because people's families start falling apart and I got to see a little bit of drama. But yeah, I didn't see it like that growing up. So I don't know, maybe that's why I would let him get a lap dance from Janet Jackson or Beyonce or whoever else was giving them at the time. Yeah. Now, but see, again, would I want Cardi B to do it? Is the question, right? Because Chris Brown took it a little far, y'all. Like, it wasn't that. But I mean, I don't know who was right, who was wrong, y'all. Was Chris Brown the culprit? Was it his fault, his influence? Like, he the one that bent it down and was doing the move. So is that who we should be mad at? Or did the young lady, did she allow too much? What should she have done? Should she have been like, hey, Chris, calm down, chill out with that? Like, what do you do in the moment? Because it seemed easy to just judge on the outside looking in. But what do you do if you get pulled on the stage and Chris Brown feeling extra freaky? What you supposed to do? Right. Why Janet and not Cardi? Because I feel like Janet will respect the boundaries. It's a respectability principle that she even had, because she had the men tied down. They couldn't do too much. Like, she's acting. She's only doing so much. Some of the lyrics that Cardi and younger artists say might make a gentleman feel like they gonna go. And I don't mean they are gonna go, but it can make them feel like they gonna go. So, I don't know about that. And then Cardi might twerk a little too good. Like, Janet was like performing. It was still like acting. It was still, a show. Because once she got a certain place, then the light cut off. Like, she ain't do it. Like, I don't know where Cardi's boundaries are. I don't know. Like, Sexy Red, I don't want her nowhere near my dude. I don't want her nowhere near him, because I don't think she got the boundaries I need her to have. But a classy lady like Janet would be okay. Beyonce. Again, these are performers. They're performing. I know that they don't want him. I think that helps too. I think that's the issue with men and women is men feel like a man always gonna go. And a lot of times they are. Not saying that men don't have standards, because some men will reject. Some men will say no, not interested. It has happened. But one thing that we realize as adults is a lot of times a man is gonna screw what they can screw. So if it's presented to them, they might not be able to leave it just as a dance. Like Chris Brown, after he did that with old girl, he probably could have slipped her number like, hey, holla at me after the show. You know what I'm saying? And maybe been all right with it. And that's probably what men are saying versus Janet Jackson don't want you. For real. So you just let Janet rile you up and then you come home with me and you give me the Janet Jackson treatment. Okay, like that's, I guess, kind of where my brain would be versus a man. Chris Brown, she could probably get it though. Like Chris might be with it. He might be like, yeah, come on. So that might be, the issue. I don't know, Miss Mason, do you think it'll be different? I personally feel like I think Janet would have certain restrictions and stuff. Remember, she had Tupac take that HIV test back in the day because she was like, now you're going to be kissing on me and stuff. I got to make sure. So, I don't know. But I do feel like it wasn't as bad back then. I think about like in the 90s, we had concerts and stuff back then, y'all. Like we might not, again, we were younger, and I don't know when concert culture hit for some people, but I started going to concerts with my parents when I was really young, like 2. I was like 2 years old on my dad's shoulders at New Edition. Like, I've been going to concerts for a very long time. So I remember Gerald Levert, he would always bring a lady up on stage and be dancing on her and be extra. Now, she could be married, but I ain't never hear nobody saying like, man, that's messed up and disrespectful to her husband. Like, I ain't never heard that like that. But again, social media amplifies stuff. So they could have been saying it and we didn't know. We watch The 5 Heartbeats. Y'all know. In The 5 Heartbeats, I'm the movie girl gonna do it. The movie girl gonna do it. But in The 5 Heartbeats, when JT and Flash was singing to that fan girl, her husband was with her. Remember, she fainted, her husband left her there. So I guess that was the beginning of the disrespectful concerts behavior for me. Okay, I did see that man leave his wife there because she fainted, which I don't feel like was wrong because they came to her. What do you want her to do? Did you want her to be like, Flash, JT, mommy in here, I can't, And I guess we have seen that because we seen somebody at the Usher, the Usher one, where Usher was trying to have somebody singing, a man was there and they was like, like, and it's like, I get it, but it's Usher. Like, I don't want to be the girl that rejected Usher trying to give me a cherry. Like, because I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's fun and playful. Usher wasn't tongue kissing her. You know what I mean? So to me, it just... And then some people made it better. Like Usher done went to some couples where the wife did it in front of the husband or the husband, where it's good for both of them can be a part of the show. I like seeing that too. I really enjoy seeing that because I feel like y'all not giving alternate endings, right? Because a concert, and being approached by the main attraction in their show is a big deal. It's a big deal. So if Usher or Chris Brown wanted me to sing with them, like, I don't even karaoke in public, but if Chris Brown put the microphone next to me, I'll be like, with you. I don't know. I'm not gonna not do it. Like, just if it's like not hurting anybody and not harmful, I'm gonna have fun with this moment. Hopefully somebody taping it. This is a once in a lifetime thing. So I don't know. I feel like maybe because we didn't have the camera phones and we didn't have social media, we was able to get away with stuff a little bit better in the 90s. Like, what do y'all think the 90s would be like, or would have been like, if we had social media and cell phones? Like, can you imagine what would have happened then? Because tabloids was big then. We still had like gossip, TV stuff. Wendy Williams was popping, you know, you know what I mean? Got cussed out by Whitney Houston at one point, but yeah, like what do you think it would look like? And I agree, Miss Mason. I feel like these conversations should be had prior to going. Yes, for sure. And I think it's good when this kind of stuff happens in social media. And if you are in a relationship, if you are dating someone, even in the early stages of a relationship, like me, girl, I'm early stage. Don't look at me like I'm dating. That's what I call it. I'm dating. I don't think I've ever been able to just date. And then people make it seem like dating has to be a certain thing. And, you know, so I like where I'm at right now. I'm feeling lively. I'm dating. I'm working. I'm building my community. I have my kids. Like, I don't want to rush. I just, you know. So what do you feel like, what kind of conversation do you feel like should happen, Miss Mason? Like, if you're dating someone and you got tickets to see Chris Brown and Usher, do you discuss it before going? Do you bring it up? Or does the party that's like offended or could be offended, should they bring it up? Because I will bring it up just from conversations like seeing this go viral, right? Like, checking in, like date night. Say you got a date night with a guy. That's like a conversational date. Like, oh my gosh, did you see what was going on with that Chris Brown concert? That girl dancing. What you think about that? Do you like that? Would that make you upset? Do you think she was wrong? Do you think he was wrong? Listen, men think I am giving them a whole interrogation room vibes when I go on a date, because I do ask a whole bunch of questions. I like to get their opinions on stuff. I like to hear their perspectives on certain things. I want to know, have you been through this? I was telling my friends before I even got married, because I got this question during my Eye Candy After Dark days when I was doing talk radio. A question that I asked on first dates, if a guy had ever had a menage. Okay. And I would ask because that is something I don't desire to do. Like, I don't have a desire to do that. So I want to know if you've had it, if you've ever had the desire to do it, if you've ever experienced it, if you liked it, if you want to have it again, if you know, like, so for me, that's a first date, second date question. And then, you know, because I don't want to. That's a hard no for me. I don't like sharing. I discovered I don't like unknowingly sharing and then finding out. So I'm not going to want to know about it and be like, yeah, let's all just share. Like, I'm a little stingy. What's mine is mine. And I don't want to share that. So threesomes is out for me. So I think that question should be asked early on before you fall in love, because if it's your partner's desire or if they're into a poly life, it's easy to know this stuff before feelings are, you know, invested. And it's also easier to like wean people out. Like, I feel like it works for both parties. I think one thing I'm discovering that some people don't want to be held accountable for is not liking someone's choice for themselves might not be you. if that makes sense. Like if a man likes a girl, right? Like he like her, he want to be with her, he like the experience with her, and it's cool. But he also like other, having the option to have other people, other encounters, because he enjoys a variety, right? He could be upfront and honest, and he could say, hey, I do like you, I'm into you, I think you dope, I want to, like build this with you, but I like to have a variety, and occasionally I'm gonna want to step out and experience something else. So I kind of like, what's up, Michael Champion? Thank you. We're gonna watch Different World in the fall together, so hopefully you come watch that with us too, the reboot. But if a man is like, I like you, I want to be with you, I want to do this, but I actually like to have other women as well. Not saying I'll be in a relationship with them, but kind of open for experience with them, because sometimes I like a variety. Is that something you'd be cool with? I think if a man leads like that, and that's the truth, and that's what he likes, I think he did the right thing, right? I think the problem is if she says no. You know what? Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate your honesty. Unfortunately, that's not something that I'm into, but I wish you much success, and I hope you find your person that is. And I appreciate you being honest, right? And then she exits, and he no longer has access to her. I seen a man say the reason they don't tell us is because they lose that access. Yeah, sometimes you don't get what you necessarily want if it's against someone, what they want to do for themselves. So you take that choice away from them, and then you lie. That's the problem I have with that. Like, Neo has been annoying me, y'all. Neo has definitely been annoying me, parading them ladies around. Like, I don't know why it's annoying me. I think it's the way he's going about doing it, because I've seen some other people that have poly lives and they don't bother me. Like, they living their lives, they happy, they good, everybody know everything, and it's cool. And it's like, for real, their lifestyle. The way Neo does it is like he flaunting them. Like, and this could not be it, but this is how I perceive it. It's like the boy Schaefer, whose feelings got hurt back in the day, who, because, Neo isn't the finest to some people. Since he's came out, they talked about his head shape and this, that, and the other, and whatever. So I do feel like growing up, he might have not got the girls that he wanted. And then he became a star, so he could pull women down. Again, he's done had some beautiful women. He's done had marriage. He done had children. He's had lives, and with that, he would have issues with infidelity and not being able to be faithful to those women. Alleged, this stuff would come out. So now he said he's living in his truth, and he got his women. Now they can't date no one else, but he can, and they know the rules up front, and they can agree to it, or they can bounce. And he has 3 women right now currently that agree to it, and he be flaunting them around like, yeah, look, my girls agreed to it. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna help you. And it's just the way he parades it. To me, it's like, it's not like he's doing it for them, he's doing it to prove something to somebody. That's the perspective I get. So I think that's why I get annoyed with Neo. Exactly. Like a harem of women. Like he want to be Hugh Hefner. Like, yeah, Hugh used to get, and it's just like, I guess if that makes you happy and the girls don't mind it, because again, he was honest. They know, they say, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? I just don't like it when people trick people to be in those situations. I heard of a situation of a girl locally who she had been into dating couples, right? But then she met a man, and she didn't tell him that she was into dating couples. She didn't meet him in that world or nothing like that. I think she might have been trying to leave that lifestyle. So her and him were dating, and they were good. Everything was fine. And he had kept his other life from her, but he actually was married and had kids. And he has seen her in that world at one point. So he assumed that she was okay with it, and didn't tell her. Allegedly, that was why he didn't tell her that he was married and have kids. Well, I thought you was cool with the life anyway, so why do you need to know all of that? And it was like a big issue because he kept it. So my thing is, just be honest, but also don't accept something you don't want to be in. You know what I mean? That part, Penny. I think a lot of people accept, but Penny's question was, I wonder if those women are really all right with this, speaking about Neo. And I'm agreeing with her because I feel like a lot of people, men and women, find themselves in stuff they don't really want to be in. Or the situation they really don't want to deal with. But, you know, with Neo, you get money. You get access to money. A lot of women we have seen, and men too, will deal with some shenanigans and some BS because of some money. Money talks to a lot of people. A lot of people. It's a lifestyle out there that I have not ever experienced, and I probably don't need to experience because it allows people to deal with some very disgusting stuff. Like, because of money, because of lifestyle, access, right? Totally get it, because I don't have that, you know, temptation to sway me one way or the other. But yeah, I'm with you, Miss Mason. Knowingly, I don't want to share unknowingly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, because I had a conversation with the guy once, right? And he said, let's say you in a relationship with a guy, right? He was like, let's say you're in a relationship with a guy. It's been like 4 years. It's been good. Like, you don't want for nothing. He take care of you. He's a provider. He is good in bed. He's sensitive. Like, he got time. He affectionate. You love him down. Y'all cool. Everything's great. It's been like that for 4 years solid. Y'all straight, right? All of a sudden, you get reached out by another woman saying that she's in a relationship with him too. And I was like, okay, well, I don't like that. I got a problem with that. And he was like, so then you approach your dude and you like, hey, what's going on? You cheating on me and you got this, that, and the other. And he like, look, babe, you've been happy this whole time. Why are you going to let this one thing affect what we got going on? Like, don't worry about that. Act like you ain't even hear that. Like, have you been lacking for anything? Do you like not get attention? The bill's not paid for? Am I ignoring you? Am I neglecting you? Am I hurting you? Am I abusing you? He was like, everything has been cool these 4 years. Like, the only thing different is now you know something. Like, why is knowing so bad? And then when he brought it to me, I was like, dang, you know, like the way you presented this to me, I totally hear what you're saying, but I still don't want to share. Like, that is a decision I don't want you taking from me. Like, you think I'm content from these things and it's not as big of a deal. This thing, I don't want to share. I don't want to. Don't make me do something I'm not comfortable doing, regardless of if you feel like it's okay, because you still doing this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that for me. You feel like it's cool. If I don't feel like it's cool, don't force it on me. Get a woman that's cool with it, because there's some women that's cool with it. It is a lot of women. I have a friend that is into poly. She's into couples. She say it on social media loud as day. Like, yeah, I'm like, could be me, but that's what she do. So it's women that are comfortable with that. Get with them. I don't understand trying to make somebody fit this role because you want them to be the one in that role. That's what I don't like. You know what I mean? And it's not a gender thing. It's not like men do it, because women do it too. They will get a man and put him in a role he don't want to be in. You know what I mean? And you got to be, as a woman, you got to be able to hold yourself accountable too. Some men don't want to be husbands, but we steady dragging them to the altar to get married. We know it. Like, again, watching Love and Hip Hop and watching Chrissy propose to Jim Jones and get on her knee, and then 20 years later, however long it's been, they still ain't get married. At one point, she just didn't even want to get married no more. Like, Why would you try to make that man do something he didn't want to do? Like, you know what I mean? And as a young person, I would definitely be dragging the man to the aisle. Like, you know how they got that one cake topper where the woman is dragging the man? Usually they end up not happy and cheating or doing other stuff because they didn't want to get married. You can't force a person to be a parent. You know, some people want to force people to be parents. I'm not saying that people should make babies and not take care of them. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that some people do intentionally trap people to make them parents, knowing they don't want to be parents. You can get with a person, have a relationship with them, say, hey, we don't want no kids, right? Or like a man could get with you and say, hey, I don't want kids. I never want children. That's not in the cards for me. And then a woman's mind, well, we'll have kids later. I'll change his mind. That's not fair. He said he ain't want no kids. Like, I feel like it has to. Now, if y'all not doing what you got to do to prevent the pregnancy, then that's a responsibility thing. But if a person don't want to have no kids, then they go handle their business. So they don't have no kids, right? But what I'm saying is tricking someone to do something that you want them to do, but they said up front they didn't want to do, is not right. It applies for multiple different situations. So we got to be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So let me get into the 90s because I will keep going, and then I got a main topic too. I think I want to let me ask y'all this one first before I get too deep in the 90s, and I don't do this. What you say, Penny? If he do not want kids, he better get snips out of the problem. I agree. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I also feel like if he tells you up front he doesn't want children, right? Up front, before y'all even have intercourse or do anything. If he say, yeah, I don't want no kids, but you know you want kids, should you stay with him? Should you stay with him? Should you let him have unprotected intercourse with you? He said he didn't want kids. Because I would deem a man, and I'm not saying everybody that don't want kids make bad parents, but I would put you in the box that you might not be a great parent because you wouldn't even want kids up front. There are some selfish men and women out there that are just selfish, very self-centered. They don't think about nobody but their daggone self, and they make terrible parents. And they say it up front. Sometimes you got to believe people. If people tell you, I don't want to do this, I'm selfish, that's not the life I want. But you like, well, that's what I want, and I want you to be the one with me, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's like even the situation with men and a woman deciding what she wants to do with her body. Even the men that's like, well, it's mine too. You should be able to, like, again, get with the type of person that can give you the life that you're wanting. Like, that's, and have I gone left and made some choices that's not right? Yes, that's why I'm saying it, because I've lived it. I lived it. Yeah, like y'all life be lifing. Y'all gotta listen to the aunties and the uncles when we be trying to warn y'all out here. Okay, we be trying to warn y'all. So look, I saw this scenario and I wanted to read this to y'all. I'll be watching a whole bunch of Am I the A-hole videos, and I said I was gonna start doing it with y'all, but I found this scenario and it made me want to read it out loud and to see what y'all thoughts is. So here we go. Y'all ready? It says, I need advice, ladies, please. My husband is considering leaving our marriage, and I am not bothered by it. Is there something wrong with me? Okay, so backstory. My husband is great. He's attentive, loving, supportive, and more. The issue is that I am the only one working and have been the only one working for almost a year. He has had jobs, but they end up not working out. And it's just back to my income. I have been pulling 70 plus hour weeks for the past 3 weeks now. And that includes getting up around 6 a.m. when I only got 3 hours of sleep, working only 8-hour days, 1 or 2 days, and then the next 3 days working 12 hours on my feet, still coming home and making dinner and plates, barely having time for self-care. My nails are a mess. I've lost too much weight and I don't feel beautiful. Being attentive to him and our kids after a hard day. Okay? We don't go out on dates because we can't afford it. And we have 2 kids who are always around. I feel like I am internally in survival mode and I'm just mentally tapping out. My husband, he says he understands, but that he is and that he is proud of me for busting my butt for our family, but I am not giving him enough sex and he is tired of it. He says he is a man and he has needs. So today he woke up irritated because we were only intimate once this weekend. Well, that happened last week. I worked every single day without naps. Sir, you took naps every single day. He told me today he is done because I refuse to give it up even when I am tired, and being tired is an excuse. He sent me videos of pick me saying that women should roll over when their man tapped them on the shoulder. Men are sexual beings and that we should acknowledge that and still give it up. If I have to be the breadwinner and still get this bull, then yeah, you should leave. Am I wrong for feeling this way? All right. So, I don't want to read that whole thing over. Basically, what the lady is saying is that her husband is ready to leave her because she's not giving up the poom poom enough, okay? She works. She's the only breadwinner in the house right now. She has been working 70 plus hours straight for the last 3 weeks, where it's like 2 8-hour days, 3 12-hour days on her feet. And then she still got to come home, cook, clean, make plates, tend to the kids, and tend to her husband. She don't get no dates because he can't afford it. And he feel like he proud of her for busting her butt for them. Because he ain't working right now, but he still wants sex when he wants sex. And a real woman will please her man regardless if she's tired or not. She says she kind of feel like she good. She happy that he want to leave. You know, good. Then bye. Basically, is she wrong? So, what y'all think? What y'all think in the chat? Let's see. We got Penny. Is he attempting to find employment? Is he not doing basic household things as you should as an adult? She said he is selfish. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah. It's that 50-50 conversation coming back again. Because in a relationship, the modern 50-50 is 50-50 all around, right? It's not just financial 50-50. The old days, financial 50-50 is what they meant when they would say 50-50, right? But now in 2026, 50-50, although they keep trying to make that be the term, be financial, it is more than financial because women work now too. So a normal work day for a man and a woman is 40 hours a week, right? It is normally 5 days, 40 hours, right? That's normally what it is. Now, sometimes you can have 12-hour shifts. You can work overtime. You can work, like whatever. But just like the norm, 9 to 5, 40-hour shift, right? So you spend 40 hours away. They spend 40 hours away. So the other time, you got household stuff like laundry, you got dishes, you got cooking, cleaning the bathroom, you got wiping down the refrigerator, mopping the floors, vacuuming, taking out the trash, like the regular household, laundry, folding the clothes, putting the clothes away. Because listen, people don't understand laundry is the whole process, not just throwing them in the washer and the dryer and leaving the basket. You got to fold them and put them away. That's laundry. Washing, drying, folding, putting away. That's laundry. So yeah, they're married because he wants to file for divorce. They are married. Yeah, I feel like I agree with you, Penny. I do feel like he's selfish because if she's been holding it down and you are proud that she's busting her butt holding it down, working 12-hour shifts, working 70 plus hours a week, and she still has to come home and cook and clean and make plates. She said she was making plates. They got 2 kids. She says she letting herself go, losing weight, nails is a mess. She don't feel cute. He not taking her out on dates because he can't afford it. I want to give advice like I would give advice to a man, right? That's how I'm gonna do this one. So if you notice that your woman isn't being as receptive sexually to you, if you notice that she's not as excited or doesn't have the energy or is always off, instead of complaining, maybe try something different, right? Just hear me out. Just try it and see what happens, right? Pay attention to what's going on, right? When she comes home, watch her. See what her routine is. See what she does. Does she starts cooking? Does she start picking up? Does she help with homework? Does she go run and take a shower? Like, see what she does. Take note of what she does, right? The next day, I want you to have 3 things done for her when she gets home that she normally would do that she doesn't have to do. If that's fix dinner, even call a pizza, pop a pizza in the oven, whatever. Fix dinner, that's one thing. Kids got homework, maybe help them with that. Vacuum a little bit, make sure the trash is taken out, you know what I mean? If she takes a shower, make sure run her bath, you know what I mean? Like 3 things, just handle 3 things for her that day, right? Because I know for me, when I come home from my job, I am still working. Like I clock out of that job to clock into this job, and I am still a mom, still got to go on the move, going 24/7. So if you take 3 of those things off for me, right? I'm gonna be in autopilot mode, and I'm gonna still think I gotta do this. When I notice something's done, oh, okay. Let me go over here and do the. Oh, okay. And I'm over here and do this. Oh, okay. Now I still might have other things to do, right? Because it was just 3. I do a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna notice those 3 things was done, right? And then make sure you when you come, you give me a kiss. Hey, babe, how was work? How you doing? Mwah. You look good. I ran you some bath. Why don't you take a bath? I know your feet hurt. You're a little tired. Just, be a little nice. Be a little nice. Nice. Being nice costs you nothing. Be a little bit nice. So then after that, I'm a little refreshed. I don't have to do these couple of things. I got a little more time. I got a little bit more energy. I don't have to do with that, And then make sure you took care of yourself. Make sure before I got there, since you ain't got no job, make sure that you took care of yourself before I got there. You done took your shower. You smelling good. You done trimmed your look beard up. It's all fresh. You looking good or whatever. Put the oil in. You smelling good. So when you hug me or you greet me, you smell nice. You smell like something. I notice a lot of times women say that they notice that their man start putting on cologne. He wasn't wearing cologne before. So do y'all get comfortable and don't smell good? That's for your woman? Like, cause what? I need my man to always smell good. You ain't allowed to start stinking cause we together. That ain't gonna work. Like, I don't understand that, but do that stuff. Cause a lot of times, and I do know as someone that's been married and caught up in routine or whatever, it can get like, hey, I want some. What's up? What? Like, no, nothing. Just after you get home from work, you done been busy all day. Then you had to come home and do homework. And then there's kids running around. Y'all sit down, do this, stop arguing. Let me cook dinner. Let me what y'all want. Oh, I don't want this. I want that. You fixing this. You doing that. Then you checking for laundry. Okay, let me put these clothes here, these clothes there. Running around this, that, and the other. By the time it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, you about to take your shower and stuff. You done got your bonnet on and you tired because you got to get up in the morning and do it all over. And he like, hey, what's up? Why he watched you do all of that for the last 4 hours. Ain't jump in to help at all. Like, not at all. And this happens over and over. So again, like, just chip in. Don't even complain. Don't say, baby, I want some. Just do it. Cause it's a difference. It's a difference. I promise you guys it's a difference. But sometimes people don't want to do that. You know why? Because it's tedious. Like, I don't want to get up and clean either. Right. I don't want to do. I'm tired. I've been working. Right. Yeah. But it's still got to get done. Right? And if she's the one that's constantly doing it And you just don't, because you don't really feel like it, because it's tedious work that no one wants to do. But she has to do it after working 12-hour shift. Like, have some compassion. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't like the person they're with. Like, how can you sit and watch your woman work like this, knowing you're not working, and she doing it to hold the whole house down right now because you in a season, and she trying to hold it for y'all because you in a season, and all you thinking is what she ain't doing for you. Like, we just got to do better as far as treating each other better. Like, we actually like each other. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's interesting. But, yeah, I feel like he got to work on that. And if he's saying he going to leave and he's not even putting no fight in it, I don't even... I don't want to tell her leave him. I'll be seeing all of these am I the a-hole videos, and they be like, divorce him, divorce. I don't want to be that person. I am not Miss Divorce, Miss everybody should leave and walk out. Like, I am team love, I am team marriage, team family, I'm team healthy, I'm team happy, team peace. Okay, that's what I'm rooting for. But you said if we married and you in a season, you got 3 months to get it together. Now, Miss Mason, 3 months is not a lot of time for a season. Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? Like, get it together? Because a lot can happen to a person. Like, and I guess I do give grace. That's where cool ones would come in and say give grace. I do understand giving grace to people that are deserving of grace, right? Like, if this isn't a habit for you, and like, life be lifing, right? Right now, at our ages, I have friends losing their parents, losing their children, losing grandparents, losing, jobs, health failing. Like, we losing each other at our ages now. So a lot is happening, and people deal with grief different. Depression, mental health is a real thing. So a lot could be going on for someone to be in the situation at the end, which why they might need longer than 3 months to get it together. So I'm not heartless where I'm not gonna like ride for my partner. However, some people do milk certain things to not want to ever get out of that. You can't drag me in it with you, because somebody has to be able to survive, and I can't be just in this space with you. But if you are doing the work to get help and to come out and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But I'm with you, Miss Mason. I'm not trying to be stressed. Like, if she was the one doing it, I don't know. Like, we old school. Again, we came up in the 90s. A man that don't work ain't supposed to eat. Ain't that what they said in the Bible? Is that not in the Bible? It don't say it like that, but ain't it like somewhere around that? You can't just not do nothing. You can't just not do nothing, right? Am I tripping? Because yeah, she said for the last 3 weeks she had been working like 70 plus hours on her feet, 12 hours straight. Like, and then she still got to make plates for everybody, cook, clean, this, that, and the other. And like, that's a lot. And did you vacuum a little bit? Like, listen, I think because I am divorced, and I've been divorced a little long now, not that long, a couple years now, that I'm at a peaceful spot now where I'm like rooting for people. Because listen, if you'd have got me when I was going through, leave him, run, red flags. I was like, and I'm still really, really like paranoid. Like me and my daughter was having a conversation about me and my current relationship status, and I was like I'm single. She was like, Mom, like I said, I am not married. Like when you fill out paperwork, it say, single, married, separated, divorced, widow, like that's what it say. And she was like trying to understand me currently. I'm dating. Like dating means you go out, you get to know, you try to establish if you are going to be able to, you know what I mean? Like dating with intention for whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do that. Like I'm navigating divorce. So I guess some people are able to like get divorced and then 6 months later get married again. Like no problem. That's not what I want to do right now. Like, getting married is a lot of work. Blending families is a lot of work. Like switching lifestyles and how you navigate and how you move, considering a person and their schedule and blending your schedules and being respective of each other's schedules, and you had this going on first, and that's a lot. And then moving together and making space for them and they stuff, and then you got to move your stuff, and like that's a lot. Like I don't know how they jump and do that. That's why I think when I first got back into doing live streams, when I was doing the YouTube live streams with Karma, Cheryl Lee Ralph had came out and was talking about her and her husband who live in separate houses. They live in separate states, though. He's like a politician in one state, and then she is a Hollywood actress. Like, she's on about elementary, like she's got a constant job or whatever. So she has a home there. So she was saying how they'll, visit each other for weeks at a time, and then they'll be apart and this, that, and the other. And they've been married for like over 20 years, I think. And it's worked for them. And I think initially when I heard that, I was kind of like, huh. But I think I heard that first on like Steve Harvey talk show, where one of the people in the audience said that she want to get married to the guy she been with, but she want to have separate houses. And he was like, no. And I think the first time I heard that, I was like, what? Like, huh? How you gonna do that? But when Cheryl Lee Ralph's situation came about, I understood it more, because her life, his life, like separate houses, because he got to be here, she got to be there. Like, it makes sense. But then going through separation, dating, and being able to date people that they got their own space, you got your own space, like, you know what I mean? Like, navigating that, I can understand now how people can, like, long term, I got mine, you got yours, we come together sometimes we go back apart, like, as far as like where we live, where we reside, I can understand it more now. I like my space, and people like their space, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. Could y'all do that? What y'all think? Could y'all like marry someone but live separately from them? Like, y'all still like come together at both homes. Like, he spend a week here, you spend a week there, then maybe y'all part for a week, then y'all come back to, you know what I mean? Like, but could you be married and live separate as well? Because I don't know. I'm starting to play with this idea, guys. I'm starting to really think we might be onto something there. I don't know if it's just getting older with age, but yeah, it's working. It's definitely working for me. So we got 30 minutes left, and let's see. I wanted to talk, let me go back into the 90s for a second, before I go to my last topic. You said you've been, Miss Mason says, so I've been single so long, I'm really enjoying my space. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. But I also feel like what you got going is dope too. Like purchasing a home with family. Like I would want to do compound, type of like situation where if I were to get married, like we had like multiple homes and the kids could grow up and have their own, and like I'm all about the compound now. So my husband could be on the compound down the street. Now see, the only thing about that for me is, you know how small towns be, right? Where people be messing around with the man over yonder, and then he come back home and he go over there and go yonder. It'd be real messed up to mess around and cheat up in the compound. You know, like, I just saw a video the other day. Somebody's sister took their sister's man and got married to him and stuff like that. And again, we saw that in Soul Food. Like, we didn't really discuss how it was when Maxine took Terry's boyfriend and married him and had a family with him, a good happy family with him, and how that was like messed up to the sister. We ain't really talked about that. We kind of brushed over it because their relationship seemed so good, but it was like, that was your sister's man though, girl. So, you know, I wouldn't want the compound to be scandalous. Like, that's the only thing that, why I understand your man need to be in the same damn house. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I understand. Marriage probably was like that. It probably was initially, you didn't live in the same house. Okay? You probably didn't. Everybody probably had their own space, and then the men wasn't, or the women wasn't doing right. So they had to move in with the spouse to be closer, to keep a closer eye that you ain't wandering in other people's houses. Okay, so I guess I could understand that, but I think when you get older, you just don't care enough. Like, hey, if you mess up, I'm just going back to my own house and I ain't come back over here no more. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, cool. Now I got a place, you got a place. We was making it work. You want to act the fool? Now I ain't got to deal with it no more. So, okay, listen, 90s, right? During the 90s, I feel like, for me, when it comes to television and movies, there were people that were it girls and it guys for me, right? So House Party, the movie that we plan on watching on August 1st now, so get your ticket if you want to go, had a couple of it characters, I think, in it. House Party stars Kid and Play, rap group. I think they had their peak moment where they were like kind of cool, but they kind of peaked out, and it just was what it was for them. They kind of typecast. They didn't get to like become big actors or big, like, you know, bigger than what it was. And they are like great 90s nostalgia hip hop vibe moments. Like, and it's great. And they've made a cult classic for the black community with House Party and you know, the sequels and Class Act. So we love Kid and Play. Don't ever get it twisted. But I think bigger than them was Tisha Campbell and AJ Johnson. I think they're still pretty much it girls. I think Tisha Campbell a little bit more because she did a little bit more like known things for us, because we got Tisha Campbell on Martin, you know, as Gina, and we got her as Jay on My Wife and Kids. So we constantly seen her evolve in television, and then she did some movies, and she had an album, you know, so we got to see her do a lot more, and we still see her acting and still being that girl. Tisha Campbell is one of them girls. Like, y'all, let's get our flowers. Tisha Campbell deserves her flowers. I actually rewatched a few Martin episodes recently, and she's a really good comedic actor, because she also was able to take that and go over to My Wife and Kids and still be good. Like, she gives it to, like, the comedy stuff. She will go all in. She will be physical. Like when she was doing Martin, because I did that. I had a Martin's theme game night party. And Penny, we gotta have another theme game night soon. But we dressed up as Martin characters, and one of my friends, Tasha, she came out as Gina with the headboard, right? And just thinking that Tisha had to do that and play it and watch it, like watch the episode again. And if you are into film and television like me, to where now I'm doing a whole bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, like I love, like I've told y'all, if y'all haven't, do it now before the news come up. Single, that is the Living Single podcast with Erica Alexander and Kim Coles, and they're rewatching Living Single, and they're going episode for episode of season 1 and giving you all the behind the scenes stuff that you might not have knew about that was going on. And it's so interesting because they bring people back like TC and John and Kim and Queen Latifah. They bring the costume designer, they bring the the writer and creator. They bring a couple of the guest stars come, and talk about the movement and what it was like filming and the behind the scenes stuff. Watch it. Watch it. It is such a good watch. Like, I watched it in real time, but y'all could just binge it, and it's on YouTube. Watch it. But when I listen to stuff like that, and even like a lot of the celebrities behind the scenes, they do podcasts now when they talk about it, they do interviews. I listen to Tisha Campbell and like her talking about the stuff that she does and the stuff that she's done, and how she became this actress and did these things in these roles. It's just interesting because the way she behaved as Gina when she would be like extra like that, that's not how she is in real life. But we think Tisha like Gina. Like we do, until we like get to know her on another side. So I'm learning like some of our faves, like real life personalities, like, and she was an it girl for me then, and it's cool to see her now still work, still be out here giving us behind the scene like concepts of them doing auditions for stuff. Like now, I don't think, but they still audition. They still be auditioning for these roles and stuff. They are still working. Like, she do a Lifetime movie like Hungry, and I love that for her. We know Trishina is still working. She's an it girl. Nia Long was an it girl from back then. And what I love is that our it girls from the 90s are like coming into legend status. You know what I mean? Like they're receiving flowers. Like Angela Bassett. Like, I think right now we put her amongst living legends, right? For actresses. And for me, the living legends of actresses were Cicely Tyson, right? And we no longer have Cicely Tyson. At one point, we had Ruby Dee, we had Cicely Tyson, we had a nice little amount of legends that were still like graceful walking, Diane Carroll, and like, and we don't have these legends no more. And you got to look at who we have, what gems are still here, and where we place them. Because Tiana Taylor getting that award, the BET award, made a few people upset because it was like Icon or something. And they were like, she's not even been long enough to do it. But it's like, well, who is? Like, you got to start thinking about that kind of stuff. And maybe some people are being overlooked. But if you think people are being overlooked, say their names out loud. We have Marla Gibbs, who is still here. The gentleman who played her husband on 227. He just recently passed away. And let me see exactly how old he was when he passed. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have this information. I know his name, Hal Williams. Okay. He was 91 when he passed. Okay. And he just passed like this past week. At 91 years old. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, again, 227 had Marla Gibbs on there. He was her husband, Mary Jenkins. He was Lester Jenkins on 227. But Marla Gibbs is 95. I first was introduced to Hal Williams on the Sinbad show. He played Sinbad's father. I only think that show was one season. Like, it was one season, but I will watch that show. That was my show. I've been trying to see where it's at so I can like stream it, because I don't know if Sinbad want to try to butterfly effect us with that too and be like, that wasn't never no show. Because bruh, I fell in love with Ray J on that show. Like, don't do that to me, for real. But I don't know. That's when I first got introduced to Hal Williams. He was his father. And then I started watching 227 reruns around that time too. But I was like 8 or 9. And he was his, now I had probably seen like reruns of Good Times because he was on Sanford and Son. He was on Good Times. But I didn't watch those shows. Like, I was born in the 80s. So I didn't watch those shows. And by the time, like, But when I start watching Good Times, I think I was 19, and it was on TV One, and I had moved to Florida, so I hadn't watched Good Times before that. Now I understand the classic that it is, but I still haven't watched Sanford and Son, and that's my father's favorite show, like absolute favorite show. Do y'all watch Sanford and Son? Is that something that y'all seen at all growing up ever? Okay, so, and let me go back to what I said early on the show because I never finished this. Cincy Music Festival is this week, is July 23rd to the 25th. I will be going on the 25th. I will be going, and let's see. Who is Saturday lineup? That's what I'm trying to see, because I know SWV is who I'm going for, but I think Trey Songz is there that day. It still say Jazz Fest. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going day 2. That's Heat Wave, Dougie Fresh. I said Dougie Fresh. Ain't that funny? Dougie Fresh, SWV, Trey Songz, Mary J. Blige. Okay, so I am excited because everybody up there I know. So Heat Wave is gonna be like always and forever. Yes, I'm here for y'all. I am here for y'all. And then we got Dougie Fresh. I'm gonna get the Dougie. I'm gonna be doing my real. I'm gonna do that. Okay, and then SWV. Now y'all know I'm ready for them. I'm trying to read the book so I can get Lily to sign my book. Okay, so I can have stuff to talk to her about. Like, so girl, when you got jumped when you was that old, and then them girls came out, didn't nobody have no box cutter? Like, I'm gonna be asking her stuff like that because she be giving a tea in her book. Y'all should, if you can, read her book and send me questions to ask her. You better read them now though, because she here Saturday, so we got less than a week. Send me the questions. Okay. Because I might be able to get close to SWV because we do have a person that's affiliated with them, so we might. So fingers crossed. Okay, but Trey Songz. Well, I didn't even get y'all SWV song, so we got Weak. You know, that's like the ultimate SWV song. But my song is I'm So Into You. That song. We got You're the one for me. Yeah, I'm ready for SWV. Like, I'm really ready for them. That is 90s. That is when I was young. I had that CD, and I'm ready. I'm ready for SWV. If we talking 90s, it's SWV for me. Okay, but then we also got Trey Songz, so the neighbors know his name. Okay, I'm ready for that. And then we got Mary J. So just fine. Yes, I'm ready. Come on, you gotta squeeze her in, Miss Mason. Come on, dedicated. Give me some questions. Let's do this together. I think we should start an eye candy book club. I really need some readers. I need some readers so we can do this. Because I, again, wrote 2 books. I'm working on my 3rd book. And then I have so many books to read. But I need to read with purpose now. The purpose had been for me to relax my mind, but now the books that I'm reading, I need to retain a different way. So, Penny, you gonna join a book club? I know Penny in her brain is like, I am doing enough right now. Sometimes it helps escape, like just give yourself an hour a day. We should just do an eye candy book club. Come on, y'all, let's do it. I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna put that out today. Miss Mason, I'm throwing you in there because you are a reader and I need readers. Girl, it's so funny because as someone that has been an avid reader since I was, I think 4 years old, I love to read, but I love to read to escape the world. I was a Harry Potter girl, like my mom used to have to wait out to get the books for me because I really love to escape into the books. I also read the Babysitter's Club and the Babysitter's Club Little Sister. I read Goosebumps. Like, I was just a reader, like, as far as that. And then when I got in high school, my mom, I got into my mama's Zane books. And then after that, reading changed for me a little bit. So I got into the more urban fiction of it all. And that has had me in a chokehold for a very, very long time. But I still love to read stories. I love to read people's stories. So right now, over here in my face is my little bookshelf to remind me to read books, because I have so many books over here that I need to read. And you would talk about me, Miss Mason, because one of our girls' books, Fantasia, I have not read. It is sitting here. I read her first one, that's up here. But the one that she wrote with her husband, I haven't read, and I need to read it. I know I do, but I just haven't been in the headspace to read that book. But I support, you know what I mean? And I watch their shows. I kind of understand what's in the book because I know them, but I just haven't had time to read it. I am, though. I need a vacation. If I can get a real vacation where I ain't got to stress and think about nothing else, then I'll be able to do it. But Brandy's book, I need to read that. I started it, but I just be having stuff to do. But I know she has an Audible, so I need to get into that for real. Jamie Foxx book, Act Like You Got Some Sense. I read half of it. It's up there. I didn't read the whole thing. I read half of it. Steve Harvey's book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. I read that. I did. I read that a while ago, though. That was back when it came out. Lynn Toller. Y'all know Judge Lynn Toller from Divorce Court. Her book is here. Dear Sonali, Letters to the Daughter I Never Had. She used to always talk about that book on Divorce Court, telling the young ladies, I wrote this book and I'm gonna give you this book. And I used to always be like, I want to read that book. So I have it. I just haven't read it. Like, I have other books upstairs that I've read. These are the ones that are like, you need to read this book. Like, read it. Or I wanted to suggest it to people. But then I have like some local people. Terry Bowles is here. My cousin Trina's book is here. Nia's book is here. I got this journal I bought from someone. So I even got local books up here too. Let's get this book club going. I know, friend. I need to make some time. And one thing I noticed is when I was going through the end of my marriage and like that year of separation, I read a lot, like a lot. Cause I had the book things where like it would be the challenge and how many you read, cause I would do it through Kindle. So how many books I've read, I would have a goal and I would, exceed that goal. And now I can't, I just don't have the time, and I feel bad. I just don't have the time. I really don't have the time to read, and it's messed up. And then I feel like my eyes be tired, so I be wanting to close them. So I think I need to get into Audible so they can read it to me. But I like to read, I don't know. I feel like it's something different about you being the one reading it. My narration being my voice in my head. It works better for me. But I'm going to read Lily's book. I'm about to get off of here tonight, and I'm going to at least put an hour and a half into Lily's book. I'm about to, I got my drink for the evening. Oh, let me do this before I leave. This is pineapple upside down. Okay. Twisted. So this is my drink for the evening. And then I am going to actually read some of this book. Hopefully you read it too, Miss Mason, so you can help give me. I got you, Penny. I'll save you one. I'll save it for you. All right, here we go. Cheers! Happy Sunday! Okay. Woo! Strong. Okay. All right. So yes, y'all, thank y'all so much for rocking with your girl. I didn't want to have like the big music and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to kick it, reminisce about the 90s, and just run my mouth for a little bit. Y'all know we were supposed to have Miss Eye Candy movie night this past Friday, but due to weather, we had to postpone it. So the next date is August 1st. We are still doing house party. We're still doing 90s theme. It's just been moved to August 1st. And then on August 21st is my birthday movie night, where we're watching a goofy movie. So you can still get your spot for that one. But The house party one is the one that we gotta get through so we can move on to the next one. So yeah. Okay, she said she can give me 30 minutes today. Girl, you go ahead, girl. I love that. I'm so proud. Come on. Come on. We gonna do this. I'm gonna do an hour and a half, and I'm gonna try to write some good questions. One thing about me in this season is I'm not doubting myself anymore. I'm just gonna do the things, because at heart I'm production. At heart I'm production. So this whole journey of Eye Candy Productions, when I started it, it was filmmaking. I wanted to write films. I wanted to produce them, which is why I'm so excited to have AI, because I feel like I might tap into that world of like AI films. But then people are telling me like, AI is bad for the universe. And I'm like, oh man, for real? Like, I hope it gets figured out where I can produce like an AI film, because I really feel like that's probably where I would thrive. Like, I watch some of these little videos and I'll be critiquing and I'm learning how to do certain stuff. So I really feel like I will thrive there, but I'm watching, I'm paying attention to what they're saying about the environment and how it's affecting the environment and how it could be used poorly, and how it's actually people that make a living doing this kind of stuff. But I'm also understanding that Hollywood in the entertainment world has been said to be like a very scary place to work in, right? And we're learning that now with tell-alls and social media and people telling their stories. We're learning that, right? But that was just kind of a known thing. If you were going to get into the music industry or to Hollywood, it was rough. And most people that was in there was into some stuff, owned some stuff, had to do some stuff. Like, that's just kind of a known thing, right? Having local, like, upcoming independent filmmakers, music artists, producers, whatever, not really being able to hit that threshold because they don't have access, because they don't want to sell out or do some things that are inappropriate. They kind of can't make it into that world because budgets, cuts, this, that, and the other. Like, it's like local radio people like me, right? That has had, I seen a lady at Black Tech Week talk about this, and it was something that I did too. When I was doing talk radio, I had local artists compete, right, to be my theme song. I ended up having a really great theme song when I was a radio host. And initially, when I was trying to get a theme song made, I was talking to local artists, and they wanted to charge me an arm and a leg. I'm just now starting off. I don't have the money to give that. People that are now starting off, if they talk to local artists, because even now in 2026, when I started in 2010 to now in 2016, like I started in 2010 was we started Eye Candy After Dark. I got Eye Candy After Dark theme song in 2011, right? So now 2026, they was asking me for like $250 to $450 to pay for them to rap over or sing over a track, right? To be my theme song. Now they're asking people anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000, and this is local artists. So think about someone that's trying to get like artist. Like, let's say I was in Atlanta and I'm trying to get a podcast, and I'm like, oh, maybe I can get like Young Jock or somebody to be on my theme song or whatever. He gonna charge me arm and a leg, like you know what I mean? Like, you already know. So I could go to Suno and create me an AI theme song that can sound kind of dope, and I don't have to pay Young Jock price or $1,500 to $3,000 with a local artist. I could just use this. I can understand how local artists is like, you ain't, and you taking away from us. Yeah, but y'all cost too much. Like, we all in this struggle together, and I understand everybody got to make money, but if people don't have the money to spend, AI was giving people another option to be able to still be a creative, even if you can't afford this stuff. So I'm on the fence. but I am learning it. So, you know, that's all I got on that. But it makes me think, like, if I'm able to create an AI film, y'all gonna watch it? That's my question. Y'all gonna watch it? If I were to do an AI series, y'all gonna watch it? If y'all watch, my boy Vernell has created one, the Chronicles of One Black Woman and Miss Eye Candy, I think, and it is on TikTok. I get tagged in the series all the time. It looks like it's an action-based AI crime fighting show, so it's cute. But that's not, I haven't, like, that's not something I wrote and produced. I'm just, like, a part of, because I'm tagged in it, and it's cute. But if I were to, like, create a series, I want y'all to watch it, because I think that might be my little thing. We gonna see, though. We gonna see. Because I'm like, I watch a few people's, like, AI channels that be showing these little stories and stuff like that. And then there's some people that's doing, like, TikTok real acting skits, like, and I like those too. Those are good. And I think initially when I first started doing content, when I first moved back to Cincinnati back in 2012, we was trying to do that, but the locals, like, just wasn't local. I couldn't find my crew of Country Wayne people that could act and would be consistent. Like, I was trying, but I couldn't find. That's why I'll be, like, looking at a lot of stuff, and I'm like, dang, we was doing this before it was a thing. And if I would have had the right ones, it would have went a different route. But I just feel like at times certain things happen when it's supposed to. That's why I was like, I don't know, this AI thing might be it. So y'all, we gonna see. But y'all keep rocking with me, because y'all know I'm gonna bring y'all part of the journey with me. So we gonna all learn together. But yeah, so like I said, the Eye Candy book club coming soon. Right now we reading I think it's something like I hate that I lost my virginity or something like that. I regret the night I lost my virginity, and that's by Lee from SWV, Leanne. So check that out. That's the first book. SWV will be here for the Cincy Music Fest this coming weekend. Saturday they're performing, and I will be in the building. On Friday, we're going to be at the Cincy Soul Fest. It is back in Cincinnati, and the location has been moved. I know it's in a parking lot near the Aronoff. I don't know what happened, but they got pushed back. Cincinnati is just Cincinnati. But support, it's owned by us. So support the food vendors that's going to be out there. Normally he has like a free concert. A few artists comes out. So we'll see who'll be out there. The Ricky Smiley morning show will be out there. I think we're going to go try. They be out there early though. I am not that girl, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to hang, y'all. I'm going to try so hard to hang. That's Friday morning. And then, like I said, it's Cincy Soul Fest Friday evening. And it's the Jazz Fest for some people. They'll be there Friday. I'm not going to be at the Jazz Fest. I'm going to be at the Cincy Soul Fest. And then Saturday, it is the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame induction ceremony. I think they're doing Dottie Peoples and Shirley Murdoch are being the ones. So come out. I think that's at like 10 a.m. Saturday morning. We're all whites. Okay, it's going to be a vibe. I've been the past 3 years, and it's always amazing. And then after that show, because Second Wind is going to be performing, and my peoples, Second Wind is going to be performing again. So I'm going to be there supporting them. And then after that, we're going to the actual Jazz Fest, where I said we're going to have Mary J, Trey Songz, SWNV. So I'm going to be there for that. Heat Wave, Dougie Fresh is going down. So yes, busy weekend. And I'm going to see Sarah McLachlan on Tuesday. Y'all remember that lady that did the commercials for Save the Animals? In the arms of the angels. Remember that? All I think about is that commercial. That's all I think about. So I'm going to see her. It's a content day for me, and I got invited to go to check her out, and I'm gonna go, so it should be interesting. So yeah, your girl's gonna be busy this week. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this because I don't know how I'm gonna rest. So yeah, pray for me. All right. I love y'all. Tuesday, I will not be doing Tuesday. That's right, because I will be at that concert. So no movie crew Tuesday, but I will probably go live from the concert. So I'll pop in so y'all can see me there. Okay. I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'll be back Sunday to tell y'all about my whole wonderful weekend. All right. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye guys. Have a good night.